Hey brothers, what's up boys? Good morning. We are I've been enjoying trying to be short and sweet. I know not all the time I am. Sometimes I get a little long-winded talking about X, Y, and Z, but there's a book I've been reading by Richard Phillips called The Masculine Mandate, which I think I've mentioned on here a couple of times at this point. And for those of you who don't or haven't heard of that book, I think for any of you, even for those of you that don't necessarily have a belief in a higher power, it lays out the Bible's teaching on what it means to actually be a man, our masculine mandate. And as I've been reading that, it goes through marriage and what we're supposed to do with work and leadership and what have you. But the moral of the story is that right in the beginning in Genesis, our manly calling is to work and to keep. Adam was called to work the land and keep the land, to maintain it, to maintain the animals. And so, as men, I think, regardless of how you look at the Bible, we are called to work and to keep. To that end, we are called to serve and to lead. And so, I really want my message to all of you today to be this. You as a man must work. You cannot just be sitting idly by and watching stuff happen. You have to go out and contribute. And I don't care what that looks like. You could be a garbage man. You could be the CEO of a Fortune 500 company. You could work in the tech industry. You could work at Chick-fil-A for all that I care. But you must be contributing and working in society. The most lowly of men, the saddest, the most depressed of men, the men that are not doing anything are the ones that really aren't doing anything work-wise. Or they're not contributing to their work. They're not putting themselves into their work. At the very least, you need to be working. But beyond that, you also need to be working with a sense of, I am called to do this. My purpose in life is to contribute, irrelevant of what the industry is. You are called to go forth and work. So when you wake up in the morning and you're like, I just don't want to fucking do this today. Guess what? Our job is to work. So we're going to go and we're going to work. Number one, it honors your calling. Number two, actually, this is number one, it honors God. Number two, it keeps you moving. The minute that you stop moving, you decay. That's all there is to it. You're either growing or you're dying. If you're not working, you're dying a hell of a lot faster than you need to. Now, that's the work part. I think that seems pretty simple. The keep part, and I could do an hours-long podcast about both of these things, but I really want this to be sweet and short and sweet. I'm using that term a lot recently. I need a new one. Somebody give me a comment on a new one. That's work. Keep. I must maintain the world around me. That means I'm maintaining, I am building the relationship primarily with God. Second to that, my wife. There is no more important relationship that I should be fostering. I do not understand how I'm seeing so many men these days that literally are like, if I spend time with my wife, so be it, but I'd rather go like spend time with my buddies or I'd rather do this or that. Then why the hell did you get married? That is your primary person. You sleep with them at night. You do things with them. You make financial decisions with them. You don't enjoy spending time with them? I must be missing something. And we're wondering why marriages are ending at a foolish rate. You need to be building the relationship with your spouse at all times. That is keeping. I am keeping that relationship. I am building that relationship. That's one. Number two, I'm called to lead. Leading. To lead, I actually have to have some moral compass. I need to be building myself, making sure that I am knowledgeable, making sure that I am working hard, making sure that I am giving to others. Am I contributing to society is that work section, but to keep, am I maintaining that? Am I building upon that? Am I giving other people something that is beautiful that they can then disperse to other people? I have said this about this podcast since day one. And I told my buddy this, and I still truly believe it. Whether a million people listen to it or one person listens to it, if that one person takes something that benefits them, that they can go, I can take that and use it. You know what? I have done my God-given job. I have contributed. I have helped to build and foster somebody else so that they can go out and do it with somebody else. That is my aim. And if I do that, I'm grateful. That's awesome. But you guys need to think that way. Not only are we contributing through our work, but we have to lead. We have to lead other people. That doesn't mean you're a rah-rah guy, that you're out there yelling and hooting and hollering. Are you making yourself a better man? Start by that. Are you in your Bible? Are you working on your craft? Are you taking care of your physical fitness? Are you improving in your work in some capacity, becoming more knowledgeable, becoming smarter? Working your way through all of that. Are you doing those things? That is what you have to see. And then are you giving that to others? That's what keep is. You have to maintain it. If we want to maintain what it means to be a man, if you want to maintain a masculine mandate, you have got to improve yourself and transfer that to the next generation. My godfather says to me all the time, take the good I've done and use it, learn from the bad that I have done. The younger people do not learn this unless you go forth and you teach them. It's as simple as that. I don't want to overcomplicate it. But to all of you today, focus on your masculine mandate. You need to go work. End of story. You have got to go serve. Contribute to society in some capacity. And on the days you don't want to do it, remember, it's your job in life. It's your purpose. And when you are like, hey, if my purpose is to work regardless of what it is, we can narrow down the things you like to do later on. But you're called to go work. Right now, if you are a man listening to this and you're not working, get off your ass and go find something to do. There is a job with your name written all over it. Go to that job, do it well, do it to the best of your ability. And guess what? You've learned the skills of working hard and you've contributed to society. Then you can level up to whatever the next thing is. That's part one. Part two, you need to keep. You need to lead. Whether that be by your actions or by your words or whatever it ends up being, grow yourself, grow the relationship with your wife, lead other men as best as you can, and you're doing your two duties in life. That alone will keep you preoccupied for an entire lifetime. I cannot emphasize that more today, gentlemen. You need to work, you need to keep, you need to serve, you need to lead. That is our job as men. Let's not get too caught up in the weeds here on other stuff. That is our job. We need to make it happen. I'm going to leave it at that today. I love you all. God bless. Be strong. Get after it today, boys. We'll see you.